Imagine being told that true freedom doesn't mean doing whatever you want, but doing what you ought to do. That's the paradox of Immanuel Kant, one of the most important philosophers in history. Kant was born in 1724 in the city of Königsberg, in what is now Russia. Unlike many philosophers who traveled the world, Kant never left his hometown. He lived such a disciplined life that neighbors joked they could set their clocks by his daily walks. Yet from that quiet little town, his ideas reshaped philosophy forever. Kant grew up in a strict religious household, but instead of accepting teachings blindly, he wanted to know, how do we know anything at all? What is the foundation of morality? On knowledge, Kant offered a revolutionary idea. Before him, philosophers argued, is knowledge based on experience, like the empiricists said? Or is it based on reason, like the rationalists claimed? Kant's answer was bold. Both. He argued that the mind doesn't just receive information from the world, it actively shapes it. In other words, we don't see the world as it truly is. We see it filtered through the structures of our mind, like space, time, and causality. This idea became known as his Copernican revolution in philosophy. Just as Copernicus said the earth revolves around the sun, Kant said knowledge revolves around the mind. It was a turning point that laid the foundation for modern thought. But Kant wasn't only concerned with knowledge, he was deeply invested in morality. And here, he gave us one of the most powerful ideas ever, the categorical imperative. In simple words, it means, act only in a way that you would want your action to become a universal law. If lying would destroy trust for everyone, then lying is always wrong. If keeping promises builds trust for all, then keeping promises is always right. For Kant, morality was about duty, not desire. Doing the right thing because it feels good isn't enough. True morality comes from doing the right thing simply because it is right. His philosophy also gave us a vision of freedom. Freedom, Kant said, is not the absence of rules. It's the ability to govern yourself by reason rather than by impulse. Kant's writings were dense, sometimes almost unreadable, but his influence spread into ethics, politics, religion, and science. He challenged people to think about responsibility, truth, and the dignity of human beings. Kant died in 1804, and his last words were said to be, "It is good." A simple ending for a man whose thoughts were anything but simple. Kant leaves us with a question. What guides your actions? Desire, impulse, or duty? And if you had to live in a world where your actions became the law for everyone, would you be proud of them?